Let's talk about cellulite. You know, that dimpled, uneven skin that usually shows up at the thighs or butt. A lot of people feel frustrated by it. And I get it, because I have it too. And I had so many clients bringing it up during consultations, wondering what they can do. Now, while there is no magic cream, there are things that we can actually do to make a real difference. And today I'll walk you through what the science suggests and what I've seen help in real life. Here is what's important to know. Cellulite isn't just fat. It's more of a structural issue. The fat cells underneath our skin push through weak or damaged connective tissue, and that creates the bumpy look on the surface. It's like netting under the skin isn't holding everything in place the way it should. You know that cellulite mostly shows up on the hips, thighs and butt, not so much on our arms or belly. Why? I did the research and I found that those areas have more receptors that promote fat storage, especially in response to estrogen. And from an evolutionary point of view, that fat actually acted as an energy reserve during pregnancy or breastfeeding. In consultations, I've seen time and time again that hormonal shifts like pregnancy, menopause, or even starting birth control often make cellulite more noticeable. That's because estrogen affects collagen and connective tissue, and when those starts to break down, fat begins to push through unevenly. Maybe you've heard about something called estrogen dominance. Let's take a moment to talk about that because it's a common issue I see in my consultations, especially with women who also struggle with cellulite, stubborn fat, or hormonal symptoms. So, what is it exactly? Estrogen dominance doesn't always mean we have too much estrogen in absolute number. It often means estrogen is high in relation to other hormones, especially progesterone. So even if your estrogen levels are normal on paper, if your progesterone is too low, the effect is the same. Estrogen becomes dominant in your system. Of course, estrogen isn't bad, we need it, but when it's too much or unbalanced, it can weaken collagen, promote fluid retention, and increase fat storage in areas like thighs and buttocks, all of which contribute to cellulite. Now, why might we be estrogen dominant? There are a few key reasons. First, it's chronic stress. When we are under stress, our body produces more cortisol, and that can suppress progesterone levels, tipping the balance toward estrogen. Second, poor liver function. Our liver plays a major role in breaking down and clearing out used estrogen. If detox pathways are sluggish, estrogen can build up. 3. Excess body fat. Fat tissue produces estrogen through an enzyme called aromatase. So the more fat we have, especially around the hips and thighs, the more estrogen we may end up with. And last but not least, environmental estrogens. These are chemicals in plastics, cosmetics, and even tap water that act like estrogen in the body. And over time, they can really add up. But it's not just estrogen. Other hormones matter too, like insulin. If our blood sugar is constantly spiking, our body isn't in repair mode, and that can show up in our skin, circulation, and even in the tone of our muscles. I think one of the most overlooked causes of cellulite is weak or underused muscles in the glutes and thighs. And in my consultations, I often recommend strength training to help build tone under the skin. And we are talking about basics here: squats and lunges. It may sound easy, but I think it really helps. Poor circulation plays a big role in cellulite too. That's why techniques like dry brushing, regular massage of these zones, or even jumping rope can make a real difference, because this helps support blood flow and lymphatic drainage, especially in those areas that tend to be more stagnant. Red light therapy is another tool we can explore here. I know it might sound trendy, but there is growing research behind it. It helps boost melatonin production, and melatonin isn't just for sleep, it also supports skin structure by reducing oxidative stress. And I'm actually planning to start using this myself soon, since there is a mini infrared sauna at the gym near my house, and I'm really curious to see if regular sessions make difference. I'll share my personal experience in future videos once I've tried it out consistently. Now let's talk about supplements, because I get asked about this a lot. There are quite a few natural compounds people use, like grapeseed seed extract, ginkgo biloba, centella asiatica, fish oil, and borage oil. These are believed to help by supporting microcirculation and reducing oxidative stress in the skin. Aronia juice has also been suggested since it may support collagen and elastin production and improve lymph flow. But again, clinical research is limited for now. That said, a placebo-controlled study did show that women taking collagen supplements over 6 months saw visible improvements in skin texture and cellulite severity. So for those of us already working on basics, movement, nutrition, sleep, collagen could be a helpful add-on. Since we are talking about collagen, I'll add this. One way our body naturally rebuilds collagen is through autophagy, our cellular recycling system. We can trigger that by fasting. Intermittent fasting or even occasional longer fast can help the body break down old damaged tissue and start rebuilding from scratch. In practice, I often see this work well when done safely and consistently. We also have to talk about aromatase. It's an enzyme that turns other hormones into estrogen, especially in fat cells. Too much aromatase activity can lead to local estrogen excess and make cellulite worse. So some people look into topical DIM cream to help regulate this. I don't recommend specific brands, but it's worth discussing with a specialist if you're curious. Let's summarize things. What can we actually do to lose cellulite? We can strengthen the muscles underneath the skin, support circulation, manage stress, rebalance our hormones, and be consistent. I know it may sound like a lot, but it's basically what everyone needs for overall health, and getting rid of cellulite will be a nice bonus. This is what I work on every day with my clients, and while progress isn't instant, it's definitely possible. And if you've tried something that worked for you, I'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments so we can learn from each other. And if this video helped, give it a like and subscribe. I've got more content like this coming. See you in the next one.